When I receive telephone calls about nursing home cases or assisted living facilities from families, their emotional state is generally one of anger and stress and hurt and guilt. And there's anger because they feel as though this injury was preventable, and generally it is. And they're hurt because their loved one has been hurt or killed. And they're stressed because of the situation with their loved one. And then there's generally guilt because the family, even though it's generally unwarranted, has some degree of guilt for placing the loved one into the facility to begin with, even though that was most likely the best thing that the family could have done. They're still dealing with those issues, and so we try to help address that and let families know that everybody that contacts us about a potential nursing home case is going through the same type of thing that they are.
I was referred to Christian by a friend from work because I had an assisted living situation that I wanted someone to look at for me or review.
When somebody has a nursing home or an assisted living claim, some of the mistakes that really should be avoided is making sure that you don't provide any statements to the other side. But of course, one of the biggest mistakes that people make is when they don't contact an attorney immediately. Once the injury or neglect and abuse has occurred, it's very important to contact a lawyer right away so that the lawyer can get involved to protect your loved ones and your family's rights, and to make sure that any necessary evidence is preserved as well. And another mistake that people make, and a really big mistake, is not contacting a lawyer who is seasoned and has a history involved in pursuing nursing home and assisted living facility litigation.
Christian was able to help me through the case. They did all the groundwork for me. I gave them information and they took over and did the rest for me. I wouldn't be able to handle the situation without seeking advice.
There are a lot of lawyers who want to handle one of these on the side in addition to their other areas of practice. And unfortunately, they can lose their way pretty quickly in these cases as they're complicated and there's legal nuances to these cases that don't necessarily apply to other cases. And so it's very important to contact a lawyer that is has a history and a focus of this type of practice. And you also want to make sure that you hire a lawyer that is going to work up your case and not just try to settle it as quickly as possible. There are a number of lawyers that try to resolve your cases very early, regardless of whether or not that might be the best result for you. And at Christian, we take your case all the way to trial if that's what's necessary to do. At Christian, we work off of a contingency fee, so we don't get paid unless or until there's a recovery for you. So there should not be any stress about contacting us with regards to a potential bill.
If someone had a similar situation to mine, I would be glad to refer them to the firm. They cared about my situation, they cared about the way I was feeling, and they took it from there.